It's Crocktober. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I have got another Crockpot video for you guys. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 3 really easy and delicious Crockpot recipes. One of them I had done a few weeks back and forgot to actually put it in a video, and I don't know how that happened. And then the other 2 are new to me recipes, the Tamale Pie and the Pierogies with the sausage. And they all of them were delicious, but the 2 new to me recipes turned out really good. I was really happy with them in the crock pot, and so I cannot wait to share them with you guys. So let's go ahead and get cooking. So I have got some leftover taco meat that I had made this week for lunch. So I thought I would make a tamale pie in the crock pot for supper tonight. So we're gonna try this together and see if it works. But I'm just using what I have here and what I have on hand, which y'all know that's the way I cook anyways. So I've got this leftover taco meat. I'm going to drain this can of corn. Also got a can of Rotel, got some tomato sauce. And then I don't have black beans, so I'm gonna use chili beans, which using the chili beans, it's gonna help give it extra flavor as well because it's got the chili sauce in there. So I think that will be good, giving it some flavor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and mix all of this together in this bowl, and then we're gonna get it put in the bottom of this slow cooker, let it cook for about 4 to 6 hours. And then an hour or 2 before serving time, I will mix up this Jiffy mix and pour it on top. And that will be the tamale pie portion of supper. I wanted to mention too that I did add a package of taco seasoning into this mixture as well. So I've got it in there. One like tomato. By already having the taco meat ready, this literally took 2 seconds. So easy. And then the crock pot's gonna do the rest of the work. Okay, so I'm gonna put the lid on it, let it cook on low for about 4 to 6 hours. Here is what it looks like inside of the crock pot. We've got about 2 hours left in the cook time before we eat. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix together the cornbread topping and get it on there so that way I know it's cooked through. So I decided to mix together a Jiffy and one of the Mexican style, just for it not to be super sweet with the Jiffy. So this is what I am going to do, and then I'm just gonna follow the directions on the back of the package, mix it up, and then just spread it on top of this. Put the lid on it and let it bake up. This ended up only taking about an hour and a half to cook up, and I was really impressed with this, you guys. I wasn't sure how this was going to be in the crock pot. I have made tamale pie before, but I made it in the oven, and honestly, I will never make it in the oven again doing it in the crock pot is the way to go. That cornbread topping was super moist on top, and it really made it feel more, in air quotes, like a tamale, like texture wise. And it was really, really good. Here is my bowl. I just topped it with some sour cream and some cheese on top. And I will definitely be making tamale pie in the crock pot from now on. Next up is pork and gravy. This is also a really, really good must-try recipe, and it's so easy. All you need is 2 of the pork tenderloins. I like to use the seasoned ones. That way it's just going to give you some extra flavor. I'm also going to use a packet of chicken gravy, but I do normally use pork gravy. I was just out at this time. I finally restocked my pantry, but the chicken gravy was really good. So I would say it's fine. Just use what you have on hand. And then you also need a brown gravy and then a can of cream soup. You can use cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, cream of celery, whatever you want or whatever you got. You're going to take and mix that together. And then we are going to pour that on top of our pork tenderloins. And that's it. Put the crock pot lid on. Set it for about 4 to 6 hours on low. And once it's shreddable, you are good to go. It's delicious. So here is what it looks like when it is done, and it just falls right apart. Now remember, you can do this with a pork loin, but it's going to take you a little bit longer, and in my opinion, it's not as juicy and tender of a cut of pork. I really like using these tenderloins because they fall apart super tender and they're really good, and they don't take near as long to cook in the crock pot. We just served this over some mashed potatoes with some peas and some homemade rolls. I will have my crockpot mashed potato recipe linked down below for you guys. That is my all-time favorite crockpot side dish. Next up, we're going to do pierogies and sausage in the crock pot. I have been seeing this on Pinterest, and I've really been wanting to try it. I just haven't had the time, and you guys, I'm so glad that I finally did. This was so good, and I cannot wait for Luke to come home and me make this again for him because I think he'll really like it. So at the beginning, I mixed together a can of the cheddar cheese soup, a half a can of milk, and then I seasoned it with some salt and pepper. And I just mixed that together well, and then I'm pouring a little bit in the crock pot, and I'm just going to kind of layer it up like you would a lasagna. I'm going to add a little bit of that in. I'm going to add a layer of pierogies, and then I'm going to cut up some turkey sausage. You can use kielbasa, smoked sausage, whatever you want. I'm using the turkey for today, and then I'm just going to layer that up with some cheese, and I'm telling you guys, this took about 2.5 hours to cook in the crock pot. And it was so good. It was cheesy, delicious. I loved the sausage and the pierogies with the potatoes inside. Oh, it was so good, you guys. I wanted to mention too that the recipes that I had been seeing on Pinterest, they called for cream of chicken. So I would say you could use either, but we really liked it with the cheddar cheese soup. And here is what it looks like when it was all done. Like I said, this took no time to cook up in the crock pot. So if you are like last minute like me and sometimes forget to get stuff going, this is another super easy crock pot recipe that you can throw in there last minute. It only takes a couple hours to cook, and you have a delicious meal at the end of the day. And that's it, guys. That wraps up today's video. I really hope you enjoyed these 3 super easy and delicious crockpot recipes. I hope this gave you guys some new meal inspiration to cook something for your family. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.